The reformist thinker Ali Muhammad Al-Shurafa Al-Hammadi presents a vision based on the premise that the crisis currently experienced by the Islamic world is not a crisis of the Quranic text itself, but a crisis of religious understanding that has accumulated over centuries due to the intermingling of the divine religion with human interpretations, doctrinal legacies, and political conflicts. From this perspective, he calls for a direct return to the Holy Quran as the sole source that God has preserved from distortion, establishing it as the definitive reference for guidance, legislation, and human values. The pivotal question of the project. Al-Shurafa Al-Hammadi does not approach his work from the standpoint of reforming heritage or reorganizing schools of thought. Rather, he starts from a more fundamental question. Can Muslims rebuild their religious consciousness starting from the Quran alone? This question forms the axis of his intellectual project, which posits that many manifestations of violence, intolerance, and division do not reflect the message of the Quran, but have instead resulted from human interpretations that, over time, acquired a religious authority parallel to the Quranic text. The International Quranic Center, JAMA. The foundation was established as an institutional framework to disseminate this intellectual vision. It does not present itself as a new sectarian school, but as a platform for dialogue, awareness, and the spread of Quranic culture, with the aim of refocusing attention on the Quran as the sole and supreme reference for understanding Islam. The importance and objectives of the foundation. The foundation focuses on moving the Quranic discourse from the elite sphere to the public domain, organizing intellectual and media seminars and programs, highlighting Quranic values such as freedom, justice, mercy, peace, and respect for human dignity, confronting the internal and external distortion of Islam. Ali Muhammad Al-Shurafa Al-Hammadi believes that the distortion of Islam's image has not come solely from its opponents abroad. Rather, religious discourses that attributed to Islam concepts inconsistent with the purposes and values of the Quran have also contributed to it. Consequently, he links confronting Islamophobia globally with correcting the religious discourse within Muslim societies, as presenting the Quranic Islam as it truly is constitutes the most effective response to smear campaigns. The intellectual dimension in confronting the Zionist project. Al-Shurafa Al-Hammadi emphasizes that the most dangerous form of confrontation is not merely military, but the intellectual confrontation that targets consciousness and the mind. When Islam is reduced to images of violence, hatred, and excommunication, it becomes easy to distort the religion to non-Muslims and weaken the confidence of Muslims themselves in its civilizational message. Therefore, his project focuses on building a Quranic mind, capable of distinguishing between divine revelation and what humans have added throughout history. Conclusion of the project. The essence of Ali Muhammad Al-Shurafa Al-Hammadi's project, as expressed by the International Quranic Center, lies in rediscovering the Quran as a book of guidance, life, and peace, liberating Islamic consciousness from dependency on legacies that contradict the Quranic text. This proposition represents a contemporary intellectual effort to re-examine the question of religious authority and the status of the Quran in building Islamic thought and its future.